Good morning, class. Now I'm going to start off with one question. How many of you guys know what cancer is? Raise your hands. That's a lot.
Now, how many of you know a loved one or a friend who's been affected by cancer? Look around the room. You're not alone.
We are well aware what cancer is and how it can affect loved ones and how dangerous the disease actually is, but not many people know who exactly is affected and how large of a problem it actually is.
In 2018, there was an estimated 1,735,350 new cases of cancers just in the United States. That's a big number. And I can't even imagine about the whole world. Now, out of this large number, 609,640 people are not going to overcome this disease.
This disease is not only exclusive to adults, but 15,270 children from the ages of being an infant to 19 were diagnosed in 2017 alone. And out of this number, 1,790 children will not be able to beat the disease. These diagnoses include breast cancer, lung cancer, and leukemia. Do we see now how major of a problem cancer really is? What is being done to solve such a societal problem?
Luckily, science has been helping and guiding every patient throughout the whole journey through the disease. New cancers are being discovered every year, just piling up and adding on to the already massive amounts of cancers that already exist.
There are many ways a person with cancer of any kind can be treated, whether it's chemotherapy, radiation therapy, or some other form of treatment. This is not exclusive. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to recover from the disease just from going through these treatments. There are obviously drawbacks to it. You have huge side effects. You can lose your hair, or you can go through other huge effects. It cannot work at all in some cases where the disease just doesn't lose any sort of strength and keeps piling on, or it could just temporarily halt the spread, thinking you've been cured, and just rise up later on.
Like most diseases, cancer is constantly evolving, and it's just not going to die off just like that. I wish, but no. To be able to beat cancer, we have to have vast amounts of resources and vast amount of research in new and effective, less toxic ways of helping with these patients that are affected. As of 2017, around $147.3 billion have been spent on cancer care. With this amount of financial backing, we were able to help 15.5 million people. We helped 15.5 million people beat that cancer, and these numbers are expected to rise up to only 20.3 million by 2026. 20.3 million, that sounds a lot to us, but in the grand scale of things, it's a small little number. Out of all the cases, that's a small little number. And I know that number could just keep on, we could raise that number if we keep raising awareness.
Cancer is a huge societal problem, and that affects millions every year, but it also can break us down personally and affect our family members of any kind. Anyone can be affected at any time and anywhere. Your friend, your colleague, your parents, your siblings, literally anyone can be affected.
Growing up as a young boy, I never really spent much time with my parents. They worked full-time jobs, and I was sent to my grandparents' house where there would always be supper ready. Growing up, bonding with my grandparents took more than half of my week while I formed great relationships with them. Later in my life, my mom had stopped working because she had 2 more children. And I didn't spend as much time with my grandparents, but no matter what, the memories with them after school every day would always last. At the age of 16, my parents sat the whole family down, and they said they needed to have a talk with us. They informed me, my brother, my sister, that our grandmother had pancreatic cancer. At the time, it was hardest for me because I had spent so much time with her. They said that she did not have much time due to not realizing she was sick. About a month later, cancer took her life. left my grandfather without his true love. At the funeral, I spoke to my grandfather. We spoke about all the memories that I had with her as a young boy. While speaking to her, I noticed that there was something with him that was just not okay. While speaking to him, he was stuttering, he was coughing, he just did not seem like the usual happy person he was. And I know that his wife had just died, but I knew that even with that, he would always be a happy guy. 3 weeks later, I got a call from my mom, who's crying into the phone. She had told me my grandfather had died. When she told me that he died, she told me that he had brain cancer, and he was never diagnosed with it. He was suffering the whole time, but he had never sought for help.
Wow. That's rough. Imagine that. Family members falling victim to this disease. It could happen to anyone. Luckily, there's still hope. The National Cancer Institute is the nation's leader in cancer research. They have made huge accomplishments in research. Their great efforts into this research has helped advancements such as developing more, developing more ways to be able to treat these patients. Some improvements in treatment include the effectiveness of therapies, such as chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and even surgery. But it does not stop there.
This institute is non-stop in their efforts to develop even more effective treatments and research into cancer to figure out what makes it tick. They're looking to find more early prevention methods. They're trying to find better ways to diagnose someone very early on. And they're even trying to find ways to find better detection methods for these patients.
Did anyone know what they have? Does anyone know what progress has been made in this research?
Well, let me tell you, Andrew. So, huge thing what people know about cancer is that it sprouts from a tumor. Everyone knows that, right? Cancer is from tumors and cells. That would be fantastic. Well, cancer, we've been discovered recently when it comes to cancer research that tumors have the ability to develop their own blood supplies. Did you know that, Eric?
I did not know that, actually.
Wow. Well, on top of that, they can manipulate the immune system itself to tamp down on immune responses. And on top of that, they can recruit and create normal cells to help them gain strength.
Now that we know, we will have better ways to finding ways to stop this problem. This institute is remarkably resilient in efforts to beating back cancer. The research is tough work, but this institute is dedicated to making a change. Help be that change.
Cancer continues to take our loved ones and does not only physically take people from us, but it can lead to more problems, such as like depression or anything else. Like having experiencing it or knowing someone that's experienced it can put you through a lot. But luckily, there's still hope. Everyone should be hopeful that there will be a change and that we will find a way to actually finally beat this disease. The best part is that everyone in this room can contribute to fighting to beat the disease, actually. We can start giving people hope again.
To beat back cancer, it's simple. You can do cancer walks of any kind to raise awareness for the disease. You can donate to many institutions, but if you're going to donate to any institution at all, we recommend donating to the National Cancer Institute. They're the leading cancer research center in the United States, and they're, as we said previously, they're going out of their way to beat back this disease. So if you're going to put your hard-earned money into an institution that is going to help beat back cancer, we recommend you do it to the National Health Institute. Help be that change.
Together, we are the change. Together, we are stronger. You may never know. Your donation could help save a future loved one or a friend.
We are the change.